Illman, Mike Beer, taking a look at race number 7 at Oaklawn Park on Saturday. It's the kickoff leg of a 50-cent pick 5, and it's a stakes for sprinters, 3-year-olds, fillies to be exact, in the Purple Martin. Let's take a look at this field. And Extreme Divas had a very, very productive campaign this winter at Oaklawn Park already. First level allowance winner 2 starts back, won the Dixie Belle in her most recent start. She is a 4-time winner, Mike, and she's the horse to beat in here.
Yeah, probably. Her last 2 races are fine. Got the job done in the Dixie Belle last time with an outside trip, which she'll probably get again in here. It's not a big field. She's drawn out in the clear.
And she's also tactical enough where she can work out her own trip, and that could be an important trait, considering our Timeform US pace projector believes that this race could favor frontrunners. Brooklyn Drew is shipping in from the fairgrounds where she went gate to wire in an off-turf race. She's expected to make the lead. Sterni, though, is no slowpoke, Mike. I wonder if this pace really will be slow.
Yeah, I guess we'll see how they decide to play it here. I sort of took your position, Dan. I thought maybe there was a chance it gets a little bit more competitive in here. Maybe the key to the race is the horse on the rail, Extreme Smoke Show, who has shown pretty good speed in each of her last 2 starts.
And maybe that's what she needs to wake her up, just a change in her recent running style. She won her first 2 starts, Mike, at Canterbury and Keeneland. Now, in her 3 subsequent starts, all in stakes competition, she hasn't run up to par, although I thought her last race is a lot better than it looks on paper.
Yeah, me too. I actually felt like her race 2 back might be better than it looks too, because that was the first time they started to try to show speed with her, Dan, but all she could do was chase a fast pace. And she kind of paid the price in there. Listen, she got a stupid ride last time, and Arietta paid the price for it. He got what he deserved for not being aggressive up the inside there, and he got shut off through the stretch, and it really cost her. But she ran an underrated race last time.
She finished 4th in the Dixie Belle. Blue Squall finished 2nd. Blue Squall was saving ground in the pocket, came to the outside behind Extreme Diva, ran 2nd that day, just got beat a nose. It was a tough beat for Blue Squall, who seems to be just in good form now for trainer Randy Morse.
Yeah, all of her races are good so far. She took a step forward last time in the toughest race of her life, and she took a pretty tough beat there, Dan. I mean, she didn't have any real excuse. She had every chance to win there, and she just came up short, but it was a perfectly good performance.
Brooklyn Drew's going to get the acid test, isn't she? She's going to be making her first start out of the maiden ranks. She was a sharp gate-to-wire winner with a very strong buyer speed figure last time out at Fairgrounds, but it was an off-turf race. It's just so hard to measure the class of the horses she beat.
Yeah, I mean, that's really the only issue with her, though, Dad, because she's lightly raced. She's got a figure that says she can go with these horses. She has speed in a race where the pace might not be that fast. She goes for a really good trainer, too. I mean, I don't know. I'm not knocking this horse. I think they've shipped her in here and they've found, yeah, she's up in class in a stakes race here, but I don't think they've put her in a spot where she's necessarily over her head.
Number 4, Texas Women for Arts, is a horse that's very battle tested. She's already run 8 times. She's a stakes winner at Prairie Meadows, and she has kept decent company in her last few races. Now, this will be her first start of the year. We haven't seen her since the Trapeze at Remington Park last time out in December. That was a track that I thought was all inside speed. She got wired that day, and I thought all in all ran on well to be second.
I won't disagree with any of that. I like her cutting back in distance for this race, too, Dan. I think that's going to help her in here. She's got to take a little bit of a step forward here, but I won't be surprised if she does it. I think she's probably better than she might look on paper.
The 5, Sterni, has skipped the Dixie Belle. The last time we saw her, she was beaten by Extreme Diva in that first level allowance race. I wonder if Morse is going to use her to show some speed in here. Blue Squall's going to be tactical as well. I think this horse should be right there when the field turns into the stretch, and maybe she just needed a little bit of a freshening. While these horses really battled it out in the Dixie Belle, she sat out and might have loved it.
Yeah, that's a pretty good point. She ran fine last time. They turned her back in distance. She did make a pretty easy lead, I thought, in that race, but she was pretty game through the stretch there, and it took Extreme Diva the entire length of the stretch to finally get by her. She's another horse. I think they will go with speed with her again in here, and that could sort of help push this pace a little bit.
Speaking of Extreme Diva, here she is, winning the Dixie Belle over several of these horses last time out. And we're going to take a look at some of the trips in here. Extreme Diva's angling to the outside. Blue Squall is the gray horse in between horses. She doesn't change leads, and that might have cost her. Down on the rail was Extreme Smoke Show, who you just saw lose all chance when she was steadied.
Yeah, she just got shut off on the rail there, and she'll try to re-rally, but it's too late. As far as Extreme Diva goes, Dan, I don't know. I mean, she's going to gut this thing out, and it's another I guess good performance for her. She was fine when she won two back. I didn't love that performance. She was fine when she won last time. I didn't like her in that race, but she got the job done, and I didn't love that performance either. I mean, maybe she's the horse to beat and wins again to make it three in a row, but I'm betting somebody else.
Let's take a look at our top selections for the Purple Martin. We're both betting somewhere else. You're going with Extreme Smoke Show, making her third start off with a fall break. And we saw the trouble she had last time out. She just didn't get a fair chance. I think she could trip out in here, Mike, sitting behind the 3 and the 5 early. I'm curious to see what we get from Brooklyn Drew. Visually, she was very, very impressive. Buyer-wise, she was very, very impressive. Who did she beat? That's the big unknown. You need a price.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they bet the race. I'm not against that horse at all, Dan. I just want to wait and see what kind of price she goes off at. I'm going to try Extreme Smoke Show in here and just hope she gets a better trip this time.
1623 for Mike, 3621 for me, and the $200,000 Purple Martin at Oaklawn. First leg of a 50-cent pick 5 on Saturday. Good luck.